One thing to take note of is on December 18th, when futures were implemented on the CME, we immediately saw a 45% drop for the price of Bitcoin, and this did result in a longer term consolidation in a bear market for Bitcoin. And also recently, guys, we saw futures implemented with the backed platform. And we immediately got, the result of this was an immediate 23% drop in the market. And it's possible that if we can't get above the 21-week EMA, that we would be looking at another consolidation before another breakdown for the price of Bitcoin. And, a lot of people on Wall Street have been saying that they're looking to tame the price of Bitcoin. And if this is true, it's very likely that Bitcoin won't be looking for any major moves for the next year. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. So yesterday, Bitcoin pulled back to about $6,500 and retested the 2018 consolidation range before the breakdown. Bitcoin actually did get a bounce off of that level. Now, I want to talk about some indicators that I overlooked that led me into the wrong direction here. The 21-week EMA is a very key moving average that Bitcoin plays off of when it is creating bull markets and bear markets. This indicator is something that I was looking at very closely, but I overlooked it in the short term. And, overlooking that indicator was a fatal mistake in the short term. And of course, before we get started here, be sure to click that link below to create an account with the CryptoWatch platform. It is by far the best platform for both charting and trading. You guys can actually trade right off of the charts that you're charting from. But let's get right into the Bitcoin analysis. What I find pretty interesting right now is that Bitcoin did print some bullish divergence here on the 4-hour chart. And we did actually end up getting a nice bounce off this level. Now, looking at the daily chart, Bitcoin did continue its downtrend along this downward sloping support line. Bitcoin continuously saw lower lows along this downward sloping support line. We did briefly test below it here before snapping back up to the $7,300 level. Currently, we're trading just around $7,300. So the weekly chart is what's most interesting to me right now. As you'll notice right here, currently this weekly candle has not closed. The Kraken exchange and CryptoWatch have a different weekly close than other platforms, but this is the time frame that I go off of. This is where all of my analysis is based on this time frame. So Bitcoin has currently not actually closed this weekly candle. There's 2 days left on this weekly candle here. If Bitcoin does close this weekly candle above 7,300, this could be a pretty bullish sign that Bitcoin is starting to recover. Bitcoin actually ended up dipping right back into this consolidation range from 2018, and we did see a nice bounce out of this level now. Right now, $7,300 is the top end of this previous support range, and it is also the 618 golden retrace. So one key indicator that I did overlook here on the weekly chart is the 21-week EMA. The Bitcoin fell back below the 21-week EMA, and this was a bearish indicator. If we just take a look at the Bitstamp chart and we go back in time here and we look at all the previous bull markets, Bitcoin always holds above the 21-week EMA during all of its initiations of all bull markets. And we did end up, we broke above the 21 EMA and then we ended up breaking back below it. And right now, the price action is starting to resemble this action that we saw here in 2018, where we fall below the 21 EMA, we rally off a low point and we test above it and we pull back below it, we test above it, we pull back below it, we test above it, pull back below it. And right now Bitcoin, we broke below the 21 EMA, we tested back above it, and now we broke below it again. And this is really, in my opinion, this is actually not a good sign for Bitcoin right now. The fact that we're testing above the 21 EMA and then falling back below it, if we do rally back up above the 21 EMA and then pull back once again, this could actually mean that Bitcoin is looking to create another area like this, another consolidation before a potential breakdown here again for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is able to rally back above the 21 EMA, we need to keep an eye on this area right here, because if we do end up rejecting back below the 21 EMA again, and we start finding horizontal support here, this is going to be just a repeat of this market cycle bubble, and Bitcoin would very likely be looking for another breakdown at that point. And again, guys, as I've been saying, Bitcoin breaking below the golden retrace does put us in one of the most bearish setups in Bitcoin history. And if we can't get back above the 21 EMA, if we continuously get rejection along the 21 EMA, very likely Bitcoin would actually have one of the worst performing halving periods of all time. And at that point, Bitcoin would be looking to create, a much longer term consolidation. Bitcoin would be, we would be looking at lower highs within this region, and then, looking to find a higher low potentially. Bitcoin would then be looking for a much longer term consolidation within this range. In my opinion, this would be the most likely outcome. This is what I think is most likely right now. If Bitcoin can't get a break above the 21 EMA here on the weekly chart, if Bitcoin cannot break above the 21 EMA on the weekly chart and actually hold above this level, right, and we build off of this level, I would say that Bitcoin is extremely likely looking for something like this going into 2020, where we actually, create more horizontal lows or continue this downtrend towards the 786. And at that point, we would be looking at a much longer term consolidation for Bitcoin. And most likely we wouldn't see any sort of major rally, or any sort of major test up to the all-time high until the year 2021. Very likely Bitcoin would be looking to just be range bound until 2021. Right now in the short term, everything that we're seeing play out is looking just like the 2018 consolidation. In order to evade this scenario from playing out again, Bitcoin needs to get above the 21 EMA. And hold above that level. We cannot be testing above it and breaking below it, testing above it, breaking below it. That would show a lot of weakness for this market right now. One thing to take note of is on December 18th, when futures were implemented on the CME, we immediately saw a 45% drop for the price of Bitcoin, and this did result in a longer term consolidation in a bear market for Bitcoin. And also recently, guys, we saw futures implemented with the backed platform. And we immediately got, the result of this was an immediate 23% drop in the market. And it's possible that if we can't get above the 21-week EMA, that we would be looking at another consolidation before another breakdown for the price of Bitcoin. And, a lot of people on Wall Street have been saying that they're looking to tame the price of Bitcoin. And if this is true, it's very likely that Bitcoin won't be looking for any major moves for the next year. So again, for me right now, guys, historically, the 21 EMA is a very key moving average that we all need to be taking a look at right now. We always hold above it during bull markets, and we always hold below it during bear markets, right? So if we are going to enter an extended bear market here, Bitcoin will be holding below the 21-week EMA most likely and looking for a break back down towards the 786 fib retracement, looking for some higher low structure, looking for a longer term consolidation. And, we're going to be finding out pretty soon what Bitcoin wants to do here. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Right now, I'm waiting for more market development. I'm waiting for more market structure to be put in before I make any sort of real conclusions here. But this is how I'm seeing the markets right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to sign up with the CryptoWatch platform. And I will see you all in the next video.